So I mentioned our mission is connecting the world's professionals, making them more productive and successful. These are our corporate values. These are presented from day one that you start at LinkedIn to work there. These are part of every product review, especially the first three, I think are very relevant in the formation of our outreach strategy with data protection authorities. Members first. We truly believe that without our members, our business doesn't succeed. If we don't have the trust relationship with them, they don't trust us, they won't join, they won't use the service, its value will decrease. Relationships matter. Obviously, it's relationships at a personal level, it's relationships at a company level, and LinkedIn is all about relationships, first degree, second degree, and beyond. But also, LinkedIn is a tool to help you build relationships across industries, across expertise, and being open, honest, and constructive, which is our philosophy, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of approaching regulatory authorities and governments in general. I think those three, and the idea that our interests as a corporation and as a business are aligned with our members, gives us a good story to tell, which I can now begin. So, back in 2003, there were no attorneys at LinkedIn, and there was a lot of startup action. They were building the network and building the tools and services that have evolved to what you have today. And it wasn't until late 2007, 2008 that the growth of the network and the, I'd say the traction got to the point where there was material scale and really the ability to realize what had been envisioned early on. And so we started to get a lot of traction, and we started to do things like hire people in legal capacities to help guide and strategize our approach forward. That 2008 was when we hired our general counsel, the first attorney at the company. And then in 2009, late 2008, early 2009, we were launching our first international product, which was essentially a translation of LinkedIn into French. One of our founders is French, and he pushed for the French language to be first out the door, and so we did it, and we put the site into French and built the tools to be able to translate it into other languages down the line. And I think about a month before the launch, someone pertinently asked the question, have you been to visit the CNIL? And of course the answer was no. Nobody had been, nobody thought to check what was going on elsewhere in the world. But at the time, we decided that would be a good thing to do. We checked with our French counsel, and indeed, GC flew over to the CNIL and managed to actually somehow get in the door in time. Well, the launch was delayed, but it wasn't materially delayed. It still went forward. But through the relationships with our outside counsel, with the CNIL, we were able to consult with them and let them be aware of what was going on. So this is the first kind of last minute, oh my gosh, instance where the light kind of went on. Like, how do we avoid this in the future? How do we not stumble again? Which basically started our strategy of doing proactive outreach to data protection authorities, especially in those countries where there's a LinkedIn presence.